and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I ask for a moment of silence for Sergeant Rocco Bernardo, who passed away on April 16th. Rocco retired in 2011 after 33 years of dedicated service to the Belmar Police Department. On behalf of myself, members of council, borough employees, and the residents of Belmar, we offer our condolences to Rocco's wife, Sadie, his 3 daughters, and 2 grandsons during this difficult time. Rocco's services are scheduled for October 3rd. On January 2nd, 2020, notice of this meeting was emailed to the Courier Post newspaper and duly posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Roll call, Fran.
Councilman DeAngelis? Councilman Casey?
Here.
Councilman D'Angelo? Councilman D'Angelo? Councilman Wilhelm?
Here.
Councilman Haggerty?
Here.
Councilman Biter?
Here.
Mayor Salter?
Here. Now I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the meeting minutes of the meeting of March 26th, 2020. So moved. Haggerty. Second, Biter.
Mayor,
Roll call, Fran.
Mayor, just so we can have a correction, that should read meeting of March 30th because we had to do the retake of the meeting last month. That was my mistake.
Okay, the meeting of March 30th,
Thank you.
2020.
Councilman DeAngelis? Councilman Casey?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Biter?
Yes. Okay. Any communications, Fran?
I have no communications this month, Mayor.
Thank you. Committee reports, Councilman D'Angelo is not present.
Taking notes of it.
There we go. Councilman Casey.
Thank you, Mayor. All right. I was waiting to go second. All right. In the water and sewer department, there seems to be still a problem with gloves, wipes, rags, and non-flushable items making their way into our sanitary sewer system. We once again request that all the residents of businesses please stop and refrain from doing that. These items wreak havoc on our pumps and can cause major stoppages in our system. And the water department is preparing for the demolition of the old tank on Warren Avenue. Crews should be around mid-May is what we're shooting for. Okay. The new ion exchange filtration system is in place and the testing continues with the results being reported to the NJDEP. Still, the town is still being supplied by the water towers at Leaf and Bell's treatment. That's for the Belmar water customers. And on the construction side, we have collection to date, UCC permits of $29,701, landlord registration fees of $16,425, certification of occupancy of $7,435, zoning permit to 475 vacant property is $30,784.93, and UCT violations is $100, total $84,920.93. And the other thing I have for you, Mayor, is I'd just like to pass on my condolences to Rocco's family. He's a great guy. Thanks.
Thank you, Jamie. Councilman D'Angelo.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I start, just a heads up, I was in touch with Councilman D'Angelo. Apparently, he was on, he could hear, but he cannot respond. So he's going to try to call back in. So watch for his number. Okay, so although the spring athletic activities have been delayed, the staff of the Recreation Department continue to maintain all the borough facilities. Recently, we have begun the process of maintaining properties which are considered to be out of control ground-wise, grass, trees, leaves, that sort of thing. Remember, when we go on an abandoned property, a lien is placed on that property in order for the borough to recoup any money spent on the cleanup. Most of the Recreation Department's projects have been delayed or deferred until next year due to this ongoing crisis. We will, however, still be able to purchase new rubberized mulch for our playgrounds and upgrade our tennis court at the Recreation Center due to the fact that these projects are funded by two of Camden County's recreation enhancement grants. Finally, in closing, like Councilman Casey, I would like to pass along my family's condolences to the Romano family. I know Rocco, I've known him for years. He was a terrific human being, a cop's cop, just a great guy. He'll be missed. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Jim. Councilman Wilhelm.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report as the courts are still closed. Again, the condolences to the Romano family. I had the utmost pleasure in working with Rocco for 30-plus years, and knowing his family for most of my life. He absolutely will be missed by everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Craig. Councilman Haggerty.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you to our first responders, our EMS, fire department, police department, doing a great job, especially Chief Burley, Chief Walsh, Captain Parker, sorry about that, Craig, keeping us up to date on everything that's going on with the crisis that we're going through. Them guys are doing a great job out there, and hats off to them. And to Rocco, I said this last week, we got away with a lot of stuff with Rocco when we were kids, but he'll be sadly missed. He was a great employee of the Borough of Belmont. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Steve. Councilman Meyer.
I'd also like to express my condolences to the Romano family. Rocco and I attended school together and graduated Triton together, so we've been friends a very long time. I'd also like to, as Steve just said, thank our emergency management group for keeping us informed with multiple weekly phone conferences. As far as finance, we'll be having a budget presentation shortly after the emergency management group meets. However, just a couple of quick items. Maria will be available, our CFO, should there be any questions after the budget presentation. Also, it's been online. If any of you have had a chance to look or wish to look, go on Belmar.com on the main page. You'll be able to highlight the PowerPoint presentation. Should you have any questions after that, Maria would request that you email her with any questions. So I'll wait until we do the budget presentation for anything else. That's it.
Okay, if, he does come through, we will revert back to Councilman DeAngelis for his report.
Thank you.
Okay. It's, hard to believe it's only been a month from our last meeting. It feels like it's been 3 months. And I too would like to convey my thanks to our OEM team, our police, EMS, fire, Public Works Department, and our dedicated employees helping us get through this crisis that we're going through. But it's very, very much appreciated. Just to mention a couple of things, unfortunately, due to the orders from the governor not following the guidelines, our National Day of Prayer will not be able to be held at the municipal building. But I ask those who usually attend and remember on Thursday, May the 7th, is National Day of Prayer, and the theme this year is God's Glory Across the Earth. And that begins at 12:20 for the National Day of Prayer. So we ask that you, whoever can, support that. Also, we had to postpone our rabies clinic, our Miss Belmar contest. You can keep an eye on the web page, and we'll keep you posted on that. And in my weekly call-ins that we have with the governor's office, we're waiting to hear about Memorial Day, the governor's meeting, and trying to determine if those ceremonies will be able to be held on Memorial Day. We will keep you posted on that. Okay, that covers my report, and like now to turn it over to our engineer, Steve Bach, and he can give us a brief update with the water.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. As I previously reported, we have completed the installation of the temporary system. We are undergoing testing for our compliance with our conditions of our remedial approvals measure as issued by the DEP in December of 2019. We are continuing to rely solely on the Leaf and Bell water treatment facility until such time as we have full clearance from the DEP to bring the Warren Avenue facility online. And that'll complete my report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Steve, for the report. This time, I'd like to turn it over to our Emergency Management Coordinator, Jim Burley, for an update.
Thank you, Mayor. As of today, we are at 30 positive cases within the borough, with sadly to report our first death. We've implemented several precautionary measures with regards to ensuring the safety of the public and our employees and volunteers in the community, all while keeping and continuing to provide critical services to the community. Our current supply of personal protective equipment, the PPE, that you hear about on the news all the time, remains in good condition. We are getting different stuff in on a daily basis. We continue to work closely with the county, state, federal officials to making sure that we're ahead of the curve on where we need to be. We started to file for our federal reimbursement that we're going to be eligible for through the federal government. Our tracking started very early into this incident and will enable us to streamline the paperwork as quickly and efficiently as possible. Our EMS staff has been doing a great job in dealing with not just the day-to-day calls, but with, I guess you want to consider the new normal nowadays. Between them and the police department, fire department's been out daily on these calls, and pretty much just about every other call they're on. I know EMS ran over 10 calls just today during day shift. And we've ran into several times where they're having to be decons due to exposure issues, and it's just it's a hell of a way to go to work every day and deal with the public. I know it's their job. However, it's been quite trying for a lot of them having to go home to their families at night. And like I said, they're doing one heck of a job. Very proud of them at this point. And just in closing, again, Rocco, everyone's talked about. again, being in the fire department over 30-some years, he was one of a kind, and, you know, you can go through a whole lifetime without meeting a guy like him. He's definitely one of a kind. That's it, Mayor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jim, for the update, much appreciated. At this time.
Mayor, can I
I'd like to turn it over-
interrupt you a moment? Councilman DeAngelis is on the
Yes.
line, if we can go back to him, please.
Okay, thank you. I'll revert back now to Councilman DeAngelis for his report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is the Highway Department report. We recently, completed 2020 spring cleanup and are now asking residents to place the vegetation waste in open containers to be collected on Wednesday. Our concrete division is still, operating on the east side of town, and of the asphalt crews that will be paving roadways, affected by the PSC&G main replacement. Upon completion of the east side, work, the in-house team will be heading to Lucille Avenue to widen and reconstruct the roadway. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Belmar's been utilizing trash trucks from other towns. You may see other towns riding through Mount Ephraim, Runnymede, Oakland for collecting trash. These towns have been working along with us to aid in the quick collection of that household trash, so our employees can, can get completed, get finished, and get their duties finished and get home to clean up. We're asking residents to place mattresses, once again, I think I talked about this last month, in disposable mattress bags. You can get them like Home Depot, Lowe's. If you don't feel comfortable with going to those stores, you can also get them online. They'll mail them right to your house. It's like a plastic liner that you put the mattress in. If they're left out and without a liner, then they'll sit there for like 48 hours to make sure that our men are safe when they're going to pick up. Just keep in mind that also with the liner, it doesn't get the rain that we've been having a spare amount of that ends up making the mattress severely heavy for the guys to pick up and throw it in the back of the trash truck. And I too would like to pay my respects to Rocco. I've known him for 40 years. Great guy, and just want to give my respects. And that's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. At this portion of the meeting, I'd like to turn it over to our Chief Municipal Finance Officer, Maria Pasolo, for the budget presentation for 2020. Maria?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I would like to ask you to visit Belmar website, belmar.com, to view the complete 2020 municipal budget presentation. Tonight, I will be doing a quick review. We begin the process by analyzing the prior year budget and financials. The Finance Committee meets with the... Can you hear me?
One minute, Mayor, we're going to switch spots here.
Mute Paul.
Okay. And,
Okay, can you hear me now?
very good now.
Okay. So I was asking that you visit the Belmar website, belmar.com, to view the 2020 municipal budget presentation. Tonight I'll be doing a quick review. We begin the process by analyzing the prior year budget and financials. The Finance Committee meets with the supervisors to discuss the needs for each department. They discuss capital project needs, and then we review the status of taxes such as ratables, collections, and appeals. The 2020 budget has an appropriation increase of 5.86%. The amount to be raised by taxation has increased 1.55%. We utilized 62.72% of our surplus balance. So with the average taxpayer's assessment of $167,232, the increase will be an additional $30.10 a year in municipal tax. This increase is 1.8 cents per $100 of assessed value. Of course, if you have any questions, please contact me by email at finance@belmar.com or by phone 856-933-1313, extension 1203, and I will respond as soon as possible. Please be safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Maria and working along with Councilman Bider and Councilman Wilhelm on their many dedicated hours put into working on this budget. It's much appreciated. At this time, we will open up to the public portion, and as noted on the agenda, everyone was supplied with the dial-in number. We just ask you give your name and address during the public portion as you address your comments. This time, Fran will open it up to the public.
Just give me one moment so I can unmute everyone, Mayor.
Okay.
Mayor, this is Ash Young. I would also like to pass on the condolences to local family on behalf of me, because I believe that he was a great guy. And as far as municipal taxes, percent, I'll send it over to my attorney. John,
Couple here.
I'll give it to John later.
Good evening, members of the Belmar Borough Council. My name is John Calzaretto. I'm an attorney. I'm also a CPA, and my office is at 459 Route 38, Maple Shade, New Jersey. I was asked to look at the borough municipal tax that is to be imposed upon hotel owners in the borough of Belmar. And my understanding was we had met earlier in a in-camera meeting with the mayor and one of the council members to express our concerns about the tax. And those concerns actually got a lot more concerning. And that's because, during this COVID-19 crisis, of all the industries that have been hit, the hospitality industry has probably been hit the hardest. Hotels and restaurants have really been hit hard. In fact, the occupancy rates for hotels located in the Belmar Borough area, normally at this time of year had done occupancy rates or experiencing occupancy rates of approximately 60%. Now their occupancy rates are anywhere from 0 to 34%. In fact, the mayor of the quarter of April 8th had stated, required that all hotels, guest houses, and so on were prohibited from accepting new transient guests or seasonal tenants until a determination was to be made by the governor, who had declared an emergency under Executive Order 103, and which really decreased the occupancy rate of hotel owners, causing my office to get, I happen to represent a lot of hotel owners, and we were trying every which way to help them by whatever means was available, either through the federal government or the state of New Jersey. Now, the hotel owners of the borough represent a distinct business group, and they also make up a significant rateable base for the benefit of the borough. It so happens that most of the hotel owners in Belmar Borough are operate small therefore they're attempting to compete. They have to keep their prices in line, because they're competing for the same, mainly business, travel group, which has pretty much been shut down to a large extent, throughout the country. Now, if the shutdown orders are removed, we believe, and my best estimate is, businesses are going to require, I don't think you're going to see a V curve here, I think they're going to require months to reestablish themselves. I think that the borough's municipal tax imposition at this time is not a good idea, because it'll place an additional burden on hotel customers during a establishment period, in a very unique pandemic that really hasn't been experienced for almost 100 years. And it'll place the Belmar hotel owners and operators in a much less competitive position than their competitors, who really are only a few miles away. So for the reasons that I have outlined here, the hotel owners and operators of Belmar Borough are requesting that the hotel use and occupancy tax of the Borough of Belmar be tabled at least until January 2021 to permit the reestablishment of the local hotel business in the Borough of Belmar without the position of any additional tax burden. I just want to thank the council for hearing me this evening, and I'm hoping that they consider what I had to say here, because the hotel owners are very, very concerned, and they're in a very, very desperate position presently. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone want to take that?
Mayor, this is Howard Long, the borough solicitor. So much there was a presentation and a plea. This municipal occupancy tax has been in effect in New Jersey since November of 2003. Not previously charged by Belmar, but a number of other municipalities in Camden County have taken advantage of that. The fee cannot be paid by the hotel or motel owners, but by state law must be paid as part of the occupancy or sales tax, and is billed as such against individuals that are coming into the community as and renting rooms for an evening or longer. So the source of the funding is coming directly from the customer. The town has looked for, this legislation has been in effect for 17 years. The town has asked me to look for ideas where they might secure additional revenues that benefit the local taxpayers, and there's multiple towns throughout the entire state of New Jersey that have adopted this type of ordinance. I know the timing isn't great. You could always consider adopting the ordinance and making an effective date at a certain particular time. If you wanted to, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be tabled, but you can make it, if conditions stay effective on a certain date, given the economic calamity that we all find ourselves in every business, not just hotel, but every single business out there. But this was, I know, an effort by council to try and become creative, find other revenue sources without always having to go to the residents. As healthcare goes up, as pension contributions go up, and as we try to do things to improve the community, there's a cost associated with those things, some of which we can control and some of which we can't. But again, council will have its say.
on this particular ordinance, but I just wanted to give a little bit of background as to how we got to where we are at the moment. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Howard. Anyone else
Mayor,
comment?
yeah, I would like to respond to the solicitor's respective comment. I understand that the municipal tax is imposed upon the room customer, okay, but from an overall point of view, it still ends up in being a higher price for that customer to stay in that room. And the hotel owners are very, very concerned about that, especially at this time, because when they reopened, they didn't want to reopen and have to charge higher prices. They want to reopen at least at the same prices they were charging to ensure that they capture maybe even lower prices so that they're insured to capture a lot of the transient and business guests that normally frequent their hotels. Again, they're attempting to open up in a very competitive manner, competing with the Exit 4 hotel facilities. In addition to that, it's not that we're requesting that the tax not be imposed. We're requesting that effective date be delayed to help us get the devastation of the Corona-19 crisis. We would also like that if the hotel owners could see if the tax could be imposed on hopefully some future effective date on a basis where it's imposed in parts. For instance, immediately maybe 1%, so it doesn't have a huge increase right away. Notice it, believe it or not, they do look at the pricing just like you look at pricing when you local gas station. Believe it or not, they do look at that, especially the majority of the business who are frequent users, and there's a lot of salesmen and stuff like that, or frequent users of hotel facilities. Very sensitive to price increases. So I spoke to a lot of the hotel owners, and not just in Belmar, and they all said the same thing. If it could be imposed and ratcheted over time up to the 3%. The law doesn't say you have to charge 3%. The law says you can charge up to 3%. So if we started with 1%, and we waited a few years, and then went to 2%, and then we waited a few years, and then went to 3%, I think it would be better for the hotel guests to, I think they'll be less sensitive to a ratcheted increase in their fee, their stay fee, than if you hit them with 3% all at one shot, especially coming out of this crisis where I think the hospitality industry is going to have to be very competitive. In fact, I think that the hotel owners in Belmar are going to have to actually lower their existing prices just to capture that crowd back again and reestablish that business. Thank you.
Mayor, Howard Long again, may I just briefly respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Respectfully. I appreciate the points he's advocating on behalf of his client. With regard to the Exit 3 hotel motel base, I would just note that in our surrounding area, Runmead has a 3% tax that they've imposed since December of 2004. Mount Ephraim has a 3% tax that they implemented in September of 2016. Boston City has a 3% tax that they implemented in September of 2003. And Brooklawn has a 3% tax that they implemented in November of 2003. So the areas surrounding are almost completely, I would think, if my geography serves me right, already have imposed the 3% tax. And again, this is council's call. I just want them to have the benefit of objective criteria when they make their decisions. I certainly understand where council's coming from, but I just want to that it can possibly have.
This is Andrew. Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
You know what? He might be right, but if you really look at the STAR reports, the reason the Belmont hotels have been doing good for the last 5 years is because we don't have that 3% tax. If you look at the Brooklyn, you look at Deptford, you look at Renami, you look at Mount Ephraim, our ADRs and the rates are better because we don't have 3%. Now, if we add 3% to this, we'll have to lower our rates. And if we lower the rates, at the end of the year, the gross revenue is going to be less. So the Belmont is going to get less money anyway. But, I've been in the hotel business for 40 years. This is my livelihood. And I can guarantee you, and you can talk to the mayor and council for the last 30 years I've been in this town. I've always been faithful to this town, number one. Okay? Number two, I'm not saying that don't charge me, but charge it on increment. But because of this situation, I think we should table this in January because it is going to kill us. Right now, our occupancy, if I was in a public meeting, I could show you my STAR report, okay? For the last 10 days, my STAR report says zero income because I was shut down. But the competitive set, which is the other 5 hotels, my competitive set includes all the 4 hotels in Belmont, Daisy in Renami, Brooklyn, Mount Ephraim. This is my competitive set. If you look at that, my competitive set is doing better because we are shut off right now. But our ADRs have gone down. And, I've been in Belmont since 1985, when I built the Econo Lodge, and then I built it. And I love this township. I'm part of this township, and I'm not saying that the township should not get their fair share. What I'm saying is right now is the bad time, and we should table this in January, and then we can always recoup there, and we can always sit down and talk to them. Because the mayor and council, the previous one, can always vouch on me. I am for the township. I am the township. This is my home. But don't cut my feet off in this town. Please, that's a plea on that. All I'm requesting is, I'm not saying that we don't want to pay these taxes, because this municipal tax is only billed to the hotel. No other businesses are given this money, extra money to the township. And I know the township needs the money, and I'm there. I'm not saying I'm not there. Anytime there were donations or anything like that, I've always been there. I am the part of the town. All I'm saying is table this till 21, and we can always revisit this thing and be fair for it. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Addison.
I'll be ready to comment on this thing anytime. I'm part of the township. Let's work together.
Okay. Thank you.
Just one comment, and this is our solicitor, Mr. Long. You brought up the hotel at Renami. If I remember correctly, they went out of business. They're closed. So I don't know, using that as an example is a good one. I don't know the reasons why they closed, but you can't compare Brooklyn's hotel or motel and Ephraim's motel to the ones we have in town. I think they're a little different.
And you know what? Comment that you're right. We run a better business in Belmont than Brooklyn or Mount Ephraim or anybody else. And by the way, the hotel in Renami closed down because they imposed a 3% and they could not compete with Mount Laurel. That's the reason the Holiday Inn or La Quinta was closed down, and they
Hi, that wasn't, this is Mr. Long again. I'm talking about the quality of hotels in any respect. I was just talking about municipalities that had enacted, that particular ordinance, that's all.
Thank you, Howard. Fran, are there any other calls in for public sports?
Ann Forline, I'm not sure she was able to unmute her computer.
Can you hear me, Franny?
Yes, we can, Ann, go ahead.
Okay, hi, everybody. Ann Fordyne, 225 McClellan Avenue, South Jersey Observer. I'm not sure who can answer the question, but I was driving down 42 the other day. The trees that are being cleared, is that for missing moves?
And yes, this is Councilman Wilhelm. The trees that are being taken down there are for the relocation of the ramp to Benigno Boulevard and the realignment of Benigno Boulevard with Edgewood Avenue comes into play.
I'm
with
sorry,
that.
I'm having a hard time.
Sorry about that. And it's Councilman Wilhelm. The trees that are being taken down are part of the missing moves. They, where they're being moved is where the new ramp for Benigno Boulevard is going to be, where they're going to align Benigno Boulevard with Edgewood Avenue. And once
Yes,
that's,
okay. Yeah, I saw the drawings on that, I just wasn't, when it finally comes to fruition, we're like, wow, it's really happening, so, all
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
that's good. It's just interesting to see that, when you're not used to seeing all those trees coming down 42.
take a
Thank
picture.
you.
Take a picture because these things change all the time.
They change all the time. Thank you so much, everybody, stay safe.
Thanks, Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
Anyone else, Fran, for public?
I don't believe so, Mayor. Nobody else is coming on, and I have nothing to.
We're good, no one else?
Mayor, I would suggest again, given the format that we're using, out of an abundance of caution and in the interest of transparency, perhaps we waited another additional 60 seconds out of our evening to make sure that anybody that would want to speak. And let the clerk know that. Fran, perhaps you can review, Fran, if you can, Madam Clerk, review if someone wanted to speak and is listening, how they could go about doing that.
Everyone is unmuted except for anybody that is called in, signed in on a website or an email address. I'm sorry, they would have to unmute on their end. That's what Ann just had the issue with. So if you're calling in using an email address, you need to unmute on your end of the computer. Everybody is unmuted here on this end.
Ron, Fran.
So one last announcement for those that are logged in on their computers. You'll see at the top of your screen a phone receiver icon. If you click on that, that'll take you to another drop-down box which allows you to choose the microphone on your computer. Once you choose the microphone on your computer, you'll be unmuted and be able to speak.
nothing coming over, Mayor, as any other questions.
Okay. Since we gave it ample time, at this time, we will close the public portion of the meeting, and we'll now move on to old business. Fran, any old business?
No old business.
New business?
New business, ordinances, the first reading and introduction of ordinance 040920, cost of living adjustment ordinance, allows the Borough of Belmar to increase the budget appropriations an additional 3% over the previous year final appropriation amount. It also allows the borough to bank the amount that is not used in this year's budget.
Councilman Wilhelm makes a motion.
Do we have a motion and a second?
Well,
State your name, Casey, so moved.
Councilman DeAngelis,
Yes.
Councilman Casey,
Yes.
Councilman DeAngelo,
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm,
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty,
Yes.
Councilman Bider.
Yes.
Next we have ordinance 0410-20, bond ordinance authorizing the completion of various road improvements in and for the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, New Jersey, authorizing issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, New Jersey, in the principal amount of up to $501,408.
Okay. Open up for a motion.
Casey, so moved.
Motion made second. Roll call, Fran?
Councilman DeAngelis,
Yes.
Councilman Casey,
Yes.
Councilman DeAngelo,
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm,
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty,
Yes.
Councilman Bider.
Yes.
Ordinance for first reading introduction, 0411-20, amending the 2020 salary ordinance.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Motion made second. Roll call, Fran?
Councilman DeAngelis,
Yes.
Councilman Casey,
Yes.
Councilman DeAngelo,
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm,
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty,
Yes.
Councilman Bider.
Yes.
Next is ordinance, second reading, public hearing, adoption, ordinance 0206-20. An ordinance establishing an ordinance entitled Hotel Use and Occupancy Tax of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, and State of New Jersey. This ordinance was tabled last month's meeting on March 30th.
Mayor, it's Councilman Wilhelm, I make a motion to remove it from the table.
Second. Motion made second to remove from the table.
That's an all in
Roll
favor.
call.
That's an all in favor, Mayor.
Okay. Fran?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Councilman Wilhelm, I make a motion to accept the ordinance with an amended effective date of January 1st, 2021.
I hear you on that,
Howard?
I hear you on the motion. Would it be, appropriate for us to open that up for public, comment at this point? Since this is a public hearing, if there's any additional comments on that? If anyone did miss what Councilman Wilhelm said, the mayor's gonna open this up for public hearing, but Councilman Wilhelm's suggestion is that the effective date of this ordinance, although it be adopted tonight perhaps, would not be until January 1st, 2021.
Okay.
Mayor, we can open that up for public comment.
Okay, at this time, I will open up that ordinance for, public hearing.
Yes, gentlemen, I'm Calzaretto again.
Okay.
I'm a little bit confused because I thought there was a vote to table it.
No, there was a vote on the table. There was a vote on the table, Counselor. It was tabled at the last meeting. The procedural vote took place before putting it out on the floor for a public hearing to unstable, and that was done by consent of the council, unanimous consent on the table.
My only comment is if in January, okay, I had discussed maybe a better way to do this is to impose the tax at say a 1% rate, and then wait some period of time, and then eventually increase it to 2%, and then eventually to 3%, to permit customers to not hit with one big increase at a time, so that the hotel owners of the borough aren't, the customers aren't hit with a large increase at one time, in order to, retain as many customers as they can. I think that would be a better way, some type of ratchet up instead of hitting them with one big increase in a tax that they never had before at the same time, which has kept borough business viable, I believe, especially when you look at for instance, the La Quinta Hotel in Runnymede, which is the closest hotel to where most of the borough hotels are located, and that did go bankrupt.
Okay. Thank you for your comment. Anything else under public hearing on this particular ordinance? Fran, anything?
And I just have one thing, Ray's over here. If hypothetically you were to look at establishing a scale, we would have to sit down with all the parties and come up with a schedule, which unfortunately we haven't had a chance to do at this point. So that's something I guess we'd have to look at in the future if we were so inclined. Wouldn't that be correct?
Well, so Councilman D'Angelo, if you were to say to me that you would be looking to phase in a tax rate, I would tell you that would be a substantial change to the ordinance, and we'd have to initiate the process over. So when you get to an ordinance and you advertise it, if you change the substance of that ordinance, if it's a substantive change to the ordinance, I would find that the implementation date is not a substantive change, but a change in the actual rate, which goes to the heart of the matter. Would indeed be a substantive change, which would require council, if it were to go that direction, would have to scrap this ordinance and initiate the process all over again. After that process, or the phase-in, and the timing of the phase-in was discussed and agreed upon, at least at a committee level, before it's brought to all of mayor and council. Was I clear on that, sir?
Yeah, understood. Thank you.
Yes.
Any other comments, Fran, from the public?
I do not have any, Mayor, now.
Okay. Entertain a motion on this particular ordinance?
Councilman Wilhelm,
The public portion there.
This time we'll close the public portion. Hearing no other response, and we'll continue on with the vote.
now would be the appropriate time for council to have any discussion out of closed session or open session on this issue has been, the public hearing has been closed. It would be appropriate for council to engage in any dialogue they want, on any modifications. That would certainly address whether they were substantive or not.
Okay. And Councilman Wilhelm proposed take effect January 1, 2021, correct?
Correct, Mayor.
Okay.
And Casey seconds that. So I understand it, Mayor, what you have before you is, ordinance 02-06-20, an ordinance to establish the, ordinance entitled Hotel Use and Option Tax of the Borough of Belmar. And, it would be with the added stipulation on the effective date, that there be, the effective date be 1/1/21.
Okay.
And there's a motion and a second on that particular, effective date and on the ordinance itself, without other changes.
Okay. So the motion has been made, second. And proceed with roll call?
Councilman DeAngelis?
Other?
No.
Councilman Casey?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
No.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Ordinance carries by a vote of 4-2.
Yeah. Correct, thank you. Continue on, Fran, with the resolution.
Yes. We have resolutions 0493-22 and through resolution 0498-20.
Okay, entertain a motion. Any second, Fran?
Councilman DeAngelis? Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman Casey?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty? Councilman Haggerty? Thank you. Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Resolution 049920, appointing driver within the Department of Public Works Highway Division for the Borough of Belmar. Mayor?
I place the name of Americo Gonzalez. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved, Potter. Second, Haggerty.
Roll call, Fran.
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman Casey? Councilman Casey?
Jamie?
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes. Yeah, D'Angelo says yes too.
Gotcha. Resolution 04-100-20, appointing helper 2 within the Department of Public Works Sewer Division for the Borough of Belmar. Mayor?
I place the name of Thomas Schultz Sr. Entertain a motion?
Make a motion, D'Angelo's. Haggerty second.
Fran?
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman Casey? Councilman D'Angelo? Councilman D'Angelo?
I have to go better system than this, yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Resolution 04-10120, authorizing the ratification of a memorandum of agreement between the Borough of Belmar and Local 2278B, Council 63, covering public works employees.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second, D'Angelo's.
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman Casey? Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Resolution 04-10220, governing body certification for equal opportunity commission's enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
So moved.
Motion?
Haggerty.
Second?
Second, D'Angelo's.
Councilman DeAngelis?
Roll call?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Resolution 04-10320, authorizing temporary capital budget.
Entertain a motion?
So moved, Bider.
Second, Wilhelm.
Second,
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Resolution 04-10420, introduction of municipal budget 2020.
So moved, Bider. Second, Haggerty.
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Last resolution 04-10520, authorizing payment of bills for April of 2020.
Second, D'Angelo's.
Councilman DeAngelis?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Councilman Haggerty?
Yes.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for calling in to the meeting tonight. Hopefully soon we're back to normal and having it at the municipal building. Continue to stay safe and stay strong. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion for adjournment, D'Angelo's. Second, Haggerty.
All in favor?